I'm Luke Summerhays, and I love Frillish. Jellyfish are ethereal creatures. They range in size from only a couple of millimeters across to several meters in length. Their simple bodies are mostly water, giving them a translucent appearance, and subsequently, instead of moving with purpose, they drift through the currents, catching prey that happens to enter their dangling venomous tentacles. There are even some species which people call immortal, owing to their ability to revert to a polyp stage and produce identical clones. Maybe this is more of a form of direct asexual reproduction, really. But perhaps if the jellyfish has a soul, it is retained in the same replicating form for eternity. In Japanese myth, there are several jellyfish yokai, which act like will-o-wisps of the seas, or which dive underwater to taunt fishermen who try to catch them. Frillish is a jellyfish Pokemon. It has the large head and floating tentacles of a jellyfish, though the size and position of their tentacles suggests an anthropomorphic human body. The name combines fish with frill, owing to the frills on their clothing-like bodies. Male Frillish are blue in colour, with a ruffle around the neck area like a gentleman might wear at medieval court. Female Frillish are pink, with softer, curved frills more like a lady's dress. Both kinds have a little crown, making them a prince and princess, perhaps in reference to the real-life crown jellyfish. The Pokemon are named Pururil in Japanese, a combination of frill with the Japanese onomatopoeia for jiggling. We might imagine the jiggling of these frills as a fun dance. Of course, the two Pokemon are water types, but they're also ghost types, as evidenced by the haunting, empty, dark and red eyes. Perhaps it's more of a swaying with the waters than a jaunty jiggle. According to Pokemon artist Ken Sugimori in a Nintendo Dream interview, the original creator was disappointed when they were redesigned to be scary, for game balance reasons. The Pokédex entries probably didn't help. Pokemon Black tells us, with its thin, veil-like arms wrapped around the body of its opponent, it sinks to the ocean floor. And Pokemon White says, they paralyze prey with poison, then drag them down to their lairs, 5 miles below the surface. The most haunting entry of all comes from Pokemon Shield. Legend has it that the residents of a sunken ancient city changed into these Pokemon. They're not done changing either. At level 40, Frillish can evolve into Jellicent. Jellicent's head grows to enormous size. On females, the dress-like elements are exaggerated, so much so that the head is emerging from a cloud-like ruffle. In males, the neck ruffle has become a big mustache, reminding me of King Bob-omb from Mario 64. The name Jellicent combines jelly, as in jellyfish, with translucent. Real jellyfish are mostly water and can appear quite translucent. This is exaggerated in this Pokemon to give it the ghost type. Pokemon Black 2 and White 2 tell us, its body is mostly seawater. It's said there's a castle of ships Jellicent have sunk on the sea floor. And Pokemon Black said, the fate of the ships and crew that wander into Jellicent's habitat, all sunken, all lost, all vanished. It isn't hard to imagine Jellicent sinking fleets of ship like a kraken. In its first appearance, and several generations since then, Jellicent has been a competitive mainstay. The water and ghost combination is incredibly strong defensively, and the immunity to rapid spin is very useful in a game with so many spikes and stealth rocks. Combined with a speed stat that's just right for Trick Room or Tailwind, abilities that can heal, and moves that can burn, it's a fearsome force, often paired with Ferrothorn. Welcome back to Does Andy Remember Gen 5 Pokemon?
And if so, does he have any thoughts about,
Frillish.
Frillish? Sounds like a fish.
It is a bit.
Is this the fish? Have I found the mystery fish?
No, we went past that already.
Oh, what? Oh, I've been absolutely robbed.
It was Basculin.
Oh, no, yeah, because you told me. Oh, okay, no, I was never going to get on board with Basculin. You say Frillish?
Yeah.
It's a bit of a fish. It's not much of a fish, is that what you're saying? Is it like a mermaid?
It's like a jellyfish.
Like a jellyfish. That is a fish, isn't it? They're all fish at the end of the day. It's in the name.
It's got fish in the name, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, you can't lie in names. That's a fact.
Are you made of rice?
Well, I eat rice, so, you know.
So if a jellyfish eats fish, is that okay?
Oh, that could be a point. Yeah, maybe that's just named after its favourite food. It's what you eat all over again. I'm really stuck on food now.
Sorry,
Why did you let me speak about ice cream?
I'm going to go back to something from what for the listeners was months ago. On my phone, I've still got Mr. Fantastic's wedding open. I've only just noticed. Reed and Johnny and the Thing, they're all in their Fantastic Four get-up.
Oh, but Sue's got a proper wedding.
Yeah, Sue's wearing a full-on white wedding dress. She must have been furious at Reed when he showed up dressed like that to their wedding.
I think if you marry Reed Richards, you know what you're getting.
Maybe. That's, I mean... why would you marry Reed Richards? This is still very much in his...
Well, yeah, this is it. He didn't exactly have a great first few years of his marriage. He was kind of constantly a bit of a pain, at least. I mean, I can't vouch for what happens after that, but it seems they're going to have another...
He continues to be Reed Richards, so...
Yeah, probably, but I mean, you know, he must do something to sort of get back in a good graces at some point.
I mean, I can imagine some things that Mr. Fantastic could do to get in his wife's good graces, you know?
That's not for this podcast, mate.
The Japanese name for the Pokemon is Burungel, combining the onomatopoeia for shaking with gel, as in jellyfish. Are its opponents shaking with fear, or is it shaking as it propels itself by squirting water? Pokemon White tells us, they propel themselves by expelling absorbed seawater from their bodies. Their favorite food is life energy. Jellyfish are among the animals on this planet which seem the most alien from us as land-based mammals. Remarkable creatures, beautiful but deadly, I'm sure they will fascinate us for as long as an immortal creature might live. Original music for Loop Lost Pokemon is by Jonathan Cromie. Artwork for the show is by Katie Groves. Funding is provided by listeners at patreon.com/podcastiopodcastius. For just $1 a month, supporters can listen to episodes a week early, and also help cover hosting and fees, making it possible for me to keep making episodes every week. I love hearing from listeners. Get in touch about upcoming Pokemon on Twitter or Facebook at LukeLovesPKMN. Drop a comment if you're watching the video, or a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Coming up are Alomomola and Joltik, so please get in touch about those or any other monsters. Even if you don't feel like doing any of that, thank you so much just for listening. I love Frillish, and remember, I love you too.